that when Guardian is playing the way he did, he is very, very good on both sides of Inferno, especially that T side. We talk about that a lot. Color was good, but whether he can shut him down on this particular map, I'm not so sure. Cash is a lot more open than Inferno, so I feel like this is where FaZe will really assert their dominance and maybe go for that big scoreline.
Well, we'll see if that's the case or not. Remember, pistol rounds didn't go their way at
exactly
all
as well. I expect them to get at least one here. At least.
You'd expect, with the amount of skill that they do have. That said, Game Agents have been impressive on theirs today. I think earlier, I think they went 2 and 2 on pistols, but again, it was the anti-force spy rounds that were the story of that game with
what is
Dark
this?
Tigers. Guardian getting very aggressive. Knows they're in the small pit, walks out. That bullet may not have even been directed for him, but it certainly found his head either way.
There we go, another opening pick for Game Agents. Kala, P for this team. In the previous map will be the player to pick it up. Gets another, so does Flav, and all of a sudden it's looking very promising now for the hometown heroes, and Flav gets another. One player remains, that's NiKo, and they're going to be rushing towards B. That's where he was. That's it, NiKo now just looking to maybe farm some cash. Saving his armor is an option, but he will be in the right place. They have got a smoke with CD spawn. This is almost impossible for him now as a flashbang comes in as well. He'll have no real information, and down he goes through the smoke. A clean sweep for Game Agents to kick things off. Maybe we have another game on our hands here. 16-10.
It's very possible that they get some more, as we said, momentum going on this map. They've got money in the pockets. They'll buy out 3 AK-47. It's a bit of a potential to build some buffer on the UMP, and of course Gabeson, last time he went for the MAC-10, similarly has done the same now. A bit of a force buy from FaZe, as you would expect. They go for the UMP of their own on Guardian. Olof's already been erased by Keller. Gabeson around the corner, finds the first, knows there's a second MAC-10 spraying and praying, but can't get it because it is a UMP to go against him, so he overcommits to the fight perhaps. And this makes it an interesting situation because smoke picked up as well means that they can deploy that at the top side of Banana. That slows down the approach from specifically Keller in this situation. And if they're careless, if that starts to get impatient, oh, good nade. I was going to say, if they head out that direction, the UMP finds an AK to carry over. Things get very interesting, but great nade finds Guardian retreating to the site, and now they'll start to try and pry it open.
Remember, this is a force spy from FaZe, 3-on-2, still a chance for them. Carrigan with the Desert Eagle makes his way towards Ruins. He is alone. His teammate Rain, the pit on the other side of the map, and Carrigan needs to find at least one kill here, gets an opportunity, and he'll seize it, takes down the Alive, and that's the 2 versus 2. They will plant quite safely here, maybe not, some damage being done. Carrigan at least buying some time for the rotation to come in.
Back his way to Ruins, however. He's back out, Deagle. That smoke dissipating, nearly spots Keller does this time. Through the edge of the wall, he finds another kill that brings it to a one-on-one, a second for Carrigan, and Zero hasn't yet planted the bomb. 24 seconds. He's gonna try and use the statue to protect him toward Ruins, knowing that he's checked towards CT, and smartly so. He just barely gets it down in time before Rain realizes. He gets the headshot in return. He still gets the dink and follows it up. CZ to win the round. We go 1-1.
It was looking so good for the Game Agents there. The HE grenade landing on the dome of Guardian, but it wasn't quite enough. Carrigan, like I said, holding towards the Ruins, hits the first bullet, fantastically so. Buys enough time for the rotation, delays the bomb going down, and that's going to be gutting for the underdogs here as we get into round number 3. I assume they'll force buy back in return. There's the AK, they definitely will, trying to steal the momentum away from FaZe here. For them forwards, and AK is there as well. UMP for NiKo, they have got kits. In terms of utility on the T side, they're going to have 2 smokes and flashbangs. HE grenades go in towards middle. Landing a ton of damage there, but slightly hitting Flav as he goes down to 92 here. Eagle once again back in action. Not getting any headshots just yet. A dink and another from that UMP. He gets the opening pick, and that's job done, really. They don't really have to push further than that. They've already used a smoke at the bottom there, and they can just hold one player at the barrels if they so wish. Smoke deployed. Okay, picked up by Gabe this time. Just trying to see if any mistakes are made by the CT forces. Players at the end of the apartments for Game Agents here. It's going to be Zero. Just to be one of the standout players for this squad. Can't hit that shot.
Smoke back out from Rain. Playoff in the pit. Meanwhile, Keller will get toward the mid wall. BMW. I just really want to call it that, Henry. As Keller starts to work around the corner, he's all of his team, everyone there. Keller, not the first to go down. It was the Alliance first and foremost, and then a lineup Olaf and Rain finding kills in accordance. 2-1 for FaZe.
So here's Nico. Fade away killed the UMP as he was falling back, tries to get through the smoke. That was the force by, remember. This should be a full eco. FaZe on the easier side. I say that with bated breath. Maybe that's the incorrect word. More favored side. Locks. A couple of upgraded pistols here. PT-50 and the CZ that won't be causing too much hassle here. Gabe does get one. Find the rifle for now. I'm not so sure. Color makes his way in the apartments here. And he got the Glock in hand this time, so even if he catches out the player towards me, there has to be a perfect execution here in the side of the head. That's almost what I wanted. Down to 9 HP, but couldn't find the follow-up shot. There we go. Maybe one more kill here for Gabe. Good job with the PT-50. Pays it off and then some. $300 per kill with that weapon. And 3 players survive for FaZe. Not the most comfortable round, but still absolutely fine. Another gun round here. Here we go then. Alive. Supposed to kill. 5 for Rain. All comes out for Color. We did mention it. Quite a task on the T-Sab Inferno up against Guardian there. Bringing out his AWP as well. No lesser weaponry for FaZe. They've actually got 3 AKs on the CT side, and that's when they're really scary.
Well, with that, see if Keller can start to find similar shots to that of which he did on Cash. A little bit less availability to do so. Hindered significantly as Zero will work inside of the apartments. His teammate directly in front of him in the Alive. Behind the smoke and an early rotation as well. They're bidding on the fact that Nico holding Banana is more than enough, and they'll send Kerrigan and Olaf both back over. All part of the trickery, the dynamics of the AWP. Interestingly, Alive's gone all the way from one side of the apartments back down middle. The T side. Looks like they're positioning to take Banana, which means they're going to put utility into that alone as they wait for the smoke to dissipate. And in doing so, they certainly have a tough task to go against Guardian. Not hard to distill him with a single flash, but they need to go quickly. Nico looks like he's increasingly interested as to what is going on the other side of the smoke top mid. If he peeks down, they're all standing there now. They go. Smoke late. Guardian shooting gallery. Gets the first one on Fleeve, and it gets no damage in return, despite a number of them charging his direction. So he falls back inside of the site.
Yeah, perfectly done. Tains the advantage here. Holds a more defensive line. Another opportunity there. Of course, he nails it. Guardian, 2 out of 2 shots so far. Nico looking to join in with the fun. He'll get 1 kill and at least find the position of Color, who will be shortly taken care of. Guardian with 3. Great work towards B. This is more like it. Back to business. 4-1. Aim Agents with another eco coming their way. Lost 4 rounds in a row now. Maximum loss bonus in the next, so they can afford to partially buy into this one with some CZ, some armor perhaps, a couple of deagles. They've got 2 HE grenades. That suggests they're going to rush Banana map. And we'll see if that rings true. They can have a nade middle or nade the top of B. It looks like it will be the latter. Indeed, they are going to rush. Needs to come in. Will it cause any significant damage? Not really. In fact, they actually take a nuke to the face, start burning with the napalm. And looks like it hasn't really gone too well for them whatsoever. Nico finishing things off. Clean sweep for FaZe.
Very clean indeed. 5-1. Now they're getting into form. They'll have a little bit more against them. Game Agents again back to an AWP for Keller immediately. Obviously at this point in time as well, they are on a maximum loss bonus. 2 plants so far in this game. I'll tell you what, from now on I'm going to mention how many plants. I'll talk about rounds they've lost. Rounds they won, it doesn't make that much difference. So 1 plant of the 5 that they've lost. That was the first of those 5 as well.
Fully equipped once again. This setup doesn't usually work that well for FaZe. They normally get wall banged when they attempt this one, but we'll see. That hasn't worked out. Guardian maybe a little bit too overzealous there as he pushes down B with the AWP taken down. Gets the weapon up. Double AWP set up on the T side, not really that beneficial for Game Agents here though, so they probably won't recover that. Flashbang towards middle. Just be pushing the AWP off. See if step up. I feel like he could have hit that shot. Now they're all standing in the flames, taking a lot of damage, and Karrigan looking to punish. He finds the bomb. 2 frags come in his favor. Both of them headshots. 4 on 2 now as Gabe and Kala will try and pick up the pieces. Good start, though, and this is FaZe offering themselves up. They didn't have to challenge for that whatsoever.
Great opportunity for Game Agents to take advantage. Keller back across the top of middle with the AWP is going to work with Gabison, who's making a lot of noise. 40 seconds. They don't have to rush this, but they certainly don't want to take their time, and Olof is happily awaiting them to arrive, and Keller never expected him to have the angle. He was still worried if he entered the site, so now it goes 6-1 for FaZe.
Double AWP setup recovered as well for FaZe. That's actually gone quite well in the end. Image is not really aware he could be at the end of the balcony. Great work by Karrigan, but then challenging that bomb. Once you have that sort of lead, you can allow them to have middle. You can just fall back and have crossfires on the bomb sides, let them waste time as they have to check every single angle and try and find kills. Dicey there, but FaZe still win the round. Guardian knowing that the AWP's not really possible for him at this point, so he can face straight out towards the T-steps. CZs, PT50s, and 1 AK-47. Gabeson not quite all in, down to $1,000. Remember, they have got maximum loss bonus here. They get a plan. He's absolutely fine. He's still fine with $1,000 with the 3,400 he's got coming in next round. Olof Meister does hear them coming in the apartments, using the smoke to buy some time. Does also allow Game Agents to get set up and ready for a commitment towards getting flashed off the chimney. 2 blind players like Olof Meister. So it comes in though. Defensive line this time from the CTs.
Double. Rain to follow it up. Keller goes down. He did manage to get the trade onto Olof at the very least. Zero's going to bode well to get a kill, not only the CZ, keep 100 HP and pick up an AK-47, but he's now in 1 versus 3. Desperate to get the bomb planted. Unfortunately for him, it is slightly back behind him. In fact, I think it might actually be on the balcony, which would be about worst case. Good find. Gets another as well. Nico goes down. Now he's given himself an opportunity to get toward the bomb. And Guardian's not sure exactly where to look, if he's going to continue to play aggressive or not. The bomb is indeed up above, so he's got to climb up there. And he's got to do it quickly. He knows that Guardian's getting closer with each and every second. I think he would have spotted the gun barrel. I think Guardian has the advantage now in this situation because he watched him climb and he positions accordingly.
Yeah, good decision by Guardian as well. Just drop that AWP and get the rifle. Amazing attempt by Zero. Great shots there as well. Quite enough to win the round, and that was a fantastic shot. Takes down Karrigan and then gets the second as well. Nico completely railed by the AK, but 7-1 comes in. Money back in favor for Game Agents. Gonna have the AWP out once more. I don't think Color's done much this game. 4-7. The Alive, one of the key players as well. On 1 kill, but Color opens things up again. This has been quite an exciting AWP duel. Guardian dropped. Grenade from Nico, and he gets the boosted player as well. Can't find the follow-up kill. Open B side now if they're quick.
If they are quick, Zero takes out Rain. Karrigan swinging around, needs to find Gabison. They're both blinded up, or are they? Excuse me, Karrigan had full vision. I thought he would have been caught with a flash as well. That one certainly caught him, and Fleeve gets the kill immediately onto him behind the fountain, leaving us with Olof. So another chance for Game Agents. The last 3 rounds have all been closely contested, so they're starting to get some form. You just don't get the prize for it, if you will. They don't get the round on the board. This time they certainly look like they might. Bomb to be planted. They know exactly where Olof is. He certainly doesn't hide that by making quite a bit of noise. So another Molotov in front of him. Now he'll be fully aware of the fact that this will lead to a potential reset. So every single kill that he gets at this point has value.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good point. He already knows he can't win the round. That solidifies it. Fleeve to close things out in style there. Lots of blind kills coming in that particular round. Color, especially at the very start. Barely got to see Guardian before pulling the trigger there. Wins around 7-2, but there is a lot of reset potential here with all the reinvestment of the grenades, and it's going to cost a lot. And we'll see what they're left on. Around $1,000 for 3 of the players. Live all in. Zero has enough, but still, that's going to be a very difficult round to recover from if they do drop this one. Single AWP set up once again. Guardian this time positioned towards the quad side. They're going for more focus on that side of the map. We see Olof in the apartments. Rain baited in his usual position. He loves this. He always gets frags from this spot, it seems. Guardian to bait him in somewhat.
And just sitting and waiting as well. Well, skip baited in. Oh, he's got a shot though. Now Rain's got to go alone. And And the Alive is coming alive because
wow.
He's gone quiet. Color's going to follow it up onto Olof. He's gone quiet in this game. That's only 2 of his 3 total kills for the Alive. And remember, on Cash, he was certainly a force early on and certainly on entries. So we'll get the bomb plant down as well as we sit down a 5 versus 2. Perfect situation for Game Agents to be in.
Absolutely so. Guardian with a rare miss there towards middle. Really bode well for the bait and switch setup there. Rain left in a very tough position. Good shots from the Game Agents. Remember, so early days, they can still come back and win the half. So despite the disparity in the score, they're still a fighting chance here in the first half at least. Let's see what they can do. 4 players alive. Nico, he won't be winning the round at this point. The bomb about to go off. Getting himself to try and save weaponry and find exit frags.
Well, that's just it, because we talked about the last 3 rounds not yielding the success that they want. I've had 4 rounds, 2 of which went their way, and that's broken FaZe's economy down. So Game Agents certainly can make do. Keller, AWP, 9 kills so far for him in the game. He leads the way just as he did on Cash for his squad. Nico leads overall on 11. It's not surprising. Nico's very proficient on the B side of this map.
Here we go. Karrigan with the only weapon here. Able to save his M4 from the previous round. Me and Nico. Some upgraded pistols, they're always going to be a little bit dangerous here. They've gone for smokes instead of firepower. Try and play like a normal round and just stifle terrorist default here. Waste time. That's why Rain doesn't want to deploy until he knows there's a good chance. Spots a flashbang. That's when he gets it in. Holds him at bay for now. Oh, he actually went down with the smoke.
Wow. Solid shot from Keller. Again. Nico just holding out under the atrium. Smoke again from FaZe. Dancing at the pillar. Just barely Nico gets found. Keller's the one to hit it. And toward the A site they go as Olof actually has tried one up them. This is quite clever. He knows that they've wrapped onto quad. He knows they've all committed to that. So he wants to swing around and see if he can have sort of a midi flank effect, if you will, toward the site. Not quite quick enough to do anything about it. And now the op is posted and staring in that direction. So unlikely. Much is accomplished. Karrigan wants to save the M4 naturally. He'll stay over toward Banana in doing so.
Jumps up to the half wall. Good position to get 1 kill and drop down. But yes, he will save the M4. Indeed, the pistol's trying to find some exits here, but it looks like Game Agents are being very clinical in their approach. No one giving anything away. They know they've got the weaponry to lose. They do not want FaZe to have AKs on the CT side. It means they can take more aggressive angles and really challenge him with that raw aim this team has. But there it is. They just find another round. Like I said, this half not over just yet. They are starting to find their feet somewhat now. A couple of rounds in a row for them. 5 players to survive. I'll wait until that's confirmed. It looks like it is. 7-4. There's the initial shot through the smoke. Oh, it's timed to perfection.
Yep, that's pretty damn good. Rain stopped moving for long enough. Well, with that, 7-4 from what was 7-1, and 7 rounds in a row now, going 3 the other way. So a great little turnaround so far from Game Agents. See if they can continue on with that form, because they're back against the guns this time. No double up setup for FaZe, which was so formidable, and is normally so formidable in any situation for them, but certainly in the first part of this game. The bottom of Banana won't allow players to pass either direction. It's certainly discouraging. Nico's going to burrow into the B site. And Karrigan, he's on the move, and rightfully so. Guardian's already made contact. Gibson the one to go down. The Alive doesn't want to take the fight just yet.
Trying to bait out a shot from Guardian there, and then they can pounce, but he didn't take it. That's the advantage for now. He'll be firing 1 shot, then trying to fall back. That's a smoke in towards the arch. He'll probably pull the trigger 2 seconds after that smoke blooms. Here it comes. Oh my goodness, doesn't actually nail it this time. Trying to do what he can, and this is looking much better from Guardian. That was this barrel down Alive's throat there. And it will be 5-on-1. Zero can't really do much with this. Maybe a kill. Left from above as he drops down from the balcony. He will take Rain, but that's all he'll find. 8-4 now. FaZe have guaranteed the half victory at least. Kills for Gaven. And Guardian here. Fantastic work. The AWP close range. So he seems to do some of his best work.
Yeah, absolutely. Guardian's very, very quick in those situations. I think that's what stands sort of, I guess, puts the men from the boys, separates the men from the boys a lot of times in the AWP, because Kenny's also good in those situations. And when you see those crazy, flashy, highlight-worthy plays, oftentimes.
I think it's him and Oscar right now who are flying the flag for that kind of play style.
In terms of close range, certainly Oscar's absolutely made a case for himself in this event as well. No spouts are here.
You drop him out to Virtus Pro. That was a bit of an upset considering they won the first one 16-1.
Yep. Levels out things in that group as well, because it means that no one will go unbeaten. Virtus Pro, however, are 2-2. Checked on that. So Keller with a little bit of red thrown, or yellow, I guess, incandescence, thrown out toward the cubby. Rain gets underneath the balcony directly. Smoke deployed. Off the back side of the arch. Nico will have vision. Does cover off the library position. Only just though, really, when you see it from that perspective, don't you? They just lands on the wall. Keller read it so well. Goes back and nails Nico. Well played. Nico down certainly opens up wrap potential, but they wrap directly in toward Kerrigan, who finds an M4 shot immediately. Olaf gone on the other side, however. This is opening up. They've got the front of library. Guardian has to rotate it all on Rain, and Rain's got the alive, directly in front of him. And Guardian's going to bail out to save. It's going to go 8-5.
You'd assume Rain would get a couple of kills in those certain positions, but can't find anything. The aim slightly off there, tapping away. Burst fire wouldn't work either. Just couldn't find the shots. Didn't even inflict that much damage. And Guardian with no choice but to save the AWP. Another great round from Game Agents. 2 kills for the Alive. We did say he was having a quiet game, but that's much better. Going to be Kala with 1 kill on the AWP as well. Not going to be able to have the satisfaction of taking down Guardian this particular round just yet, as he waits towards the T-steps. Going to be challenged now, though. This could be the kill. Kala's going to go for it, and he goes down. Good attempts, but they might want to pick up that AWP. Now they're in a lot of trouble. Well, they're absolutely fine, taking down the underpass there.
Money from FaZe is not great. Nico was asking Keller his HP after their exchange. Certainly something for the crowd to cheer about, and the fact that Game Agents are making a comeback into this again. 7-1, we're now 8-5.
Yeah.
And having just 1 round separated, it was a 3-round bonus, then now just 1, and going back the way of Game Agents. Money, as I mentioned, is not amazing on the FaZe side, so Kerrigan's called for the timeout.
Game Agents wanted another pistol here.
It's true.
But did get taken down in the second round from the Force Buy. Like you said, they've already had a fantastic showing. It's not easy to get double digits against FaZe. And this team coming into it, no one really expected too much, but this has been a great showing so far. We'll see if they can continue it here. Still in the first half, round number 14 now. Single orb set up, and an eco actually for FaZe. They've been partially bought, no armor available. Just 1 smoke, CZs, and a deagle. And a setup will FaZe deploy. Quite standard, 2 a quad, 1 getting boosted up towards that right side. And unfortunately, Rain shortly spotted, will jump around the corner. Ambitious as Zero takes him down, 5-on-2.
Good hold from Fleeve as Kerrigan has to respond in some capacity. 8-6 looking very, very likely. And I would say done at this point in time, to be honest. Nico's good. I don't know if he's that good. He's managed to get 1 kill. 4 HP, mind you, as he runs toward the AK. Smoking himself inside of pit. He's got to survive for 40 seconds longer if he wants that gun. And Gibson's already in position to spot him getting on the half wall.
Great work. Nice aim.
Thank you.
Will be round number 15 here, the last of the first half. That again, both teams equipped, but FaZe not fully. You can see they haven't won any helmets. Not a big deal against the AKs. Only 1 kid and missing some valuable bits of utility as they challenge towards middle once again. His Guardian, both of them missing their shot there. And it will be Guardian to step up and at least take the second, but still equal for now. 0. Great work with the AK-47 spray. 3-on-2. Meister steals away a double. Alive and Fleeve now trying to do what they can. It's the last round. Got 2 smokes, flashbangs, Molotovs. Go towards B. That's where Karrigan waits. He just needs to guarantee himself 1 kill here. If he doesn't get one, that gives the advantage towards Game Agents with the bomb being planted. Pressure on him now. He has no grenades to do it, but he is boosted up. That's a nice position to play right now. Just going for that 1 kill can drop down still as well. So I really like this from Karrigan. Should work out well for him. We'll see. Smoke deployed. Are they going to detect him? Absolutely not. That's what I'm talking about. He just drop down that. Even does some damage towards Eli, but that should be the round in the bag. So I think a monstrous performance from him now. He's got the smoke to buy himself some time and reposition.
Position accordingly with the bomb and with the expected arrival. He wants to not reveal himself inside of the site. He's done that correctly. He's even going to transfer over to the right side, knowing that he'd already had shots appear through the smoke. A one-on-one to make this 8-7 for Game Agents to pull back would be incredible. It's already been a feat unto itself, but what a battle with Rain as he gets forward. The Alive's got it. We're 8-7 at half phase with only a 1-round lead after the CT side of Inferno.
What a brilliant, brilliant round there. He was so quiet. He finishes that on 1 HP, just to note as well. Just baits out Rain. Uses the flashbangs perfectly. Had 2 of those. Just kept right-clicking them, making things really uncomfortable. Lots of awkward turnarounds to try and dodge the utility. And he does tie things up pretty much. 8-7. Sure, FaZe win the half, but they were expecting more of a landslide score in their favor. Not just 1 round here. They could lose another pistol and Game Agents could be in the driving seat. Remember, they go to the CT side now. This is wide open. Agents doing a very good show today. Very impressed, as we'll see what kind of buy.
Very impressed. I mean, the fact of the matter is on Cash, great. They had the early lead. They got 5-0 start. They won the first gun round. Those sort of situations, yes, okay, great. Credit due. Fine. You win a pistol, you win basically 1 other gun round or even weaponry round, we'll call it, because pistols are even. This is earned. This is grinding back into it. And FaZe, no excuses, just got battered and bruised in a few situations. Fleeve's going to be forced back into the site. Early damage does favor for once FaZe on the pistols, but negate that with the fact that 1 headshot changes everything. And Fleeve certainly positioned in accordance to do so. Trying to bait in his teammate, the Alive as well. Gabeson's already rotated all the way around towards CT. Good trades. Karrigan and Olaf level things up. But again, I mentioned it, the rotations are quick, so Gabeson will concede the plant. Oh, Karrigan at 0 at this point in time. Good win from Karrigan. Now he can anchor from Banana. This should go the way of FaZe.
You say should, but the way Color's been playing, maybe there's a chance here. 3-on-2. Gabe towards the offense. And the Color now. He has got a kid available to him. This kill has to come in quickly, though. Bomb ticking at some pace, and they're not finding the kills they need just yet. They're going to get pincered in any second, and FaZe are playing this very patiently. Very frustrating for the CTs. They can't find anything at all, really. Not even a single kill on the retake, and there it is. FaZe will win the second half pistol. Got a little bit awkward there with the initial kills, but Olaf and Karrigan find a couple each and find themselves both at 12 frags. As we go 9-7 here. Should be a force buy from the CTs. I'd expect Color just to go full eco. That lovely trophy, a nice slab of granite by the looks of things. Maybe it's marble. Who knows?
Well, that said, FaZe don't give up the lead. Pressure back onto Game Agents. Again, we'll go all the way back. Get the bomb. CT as Nico wants to isolate naturally as they work in. UMP. He's a salesman at this point in time, though, walking into a slaughter, a stack. Goes down. They don't actually refrag on that, but they're going to slowly realize the A side is wide open. Nico's bailing and going to join his teammates on just the 8 HP. Doesn't want to give them anything to carry over to the next round. No UMP or otherwise. Good shot from the Alive again as he finds Guardian with the Deagle. Nico, oh, sneaky. Sneaky, Zero even checks it. He's like, hang on. He went back down banana. He's probably waiting for us. Nico gets 2 as a result. And Fleeve just waiting to die at this point in time and get FaZe onto double digits.
He's got the armor to save. He knows the round's out of his grasp. Bomb planted. Halfway done at this point. Seeing if there's any sort of exit potential, he can steal a kill away, get an AK, that'd be great, but there's no real reason to hunt him down, if I'm being honest. You know he hasn't got the gun. Sure. So you can eagle out of his hands, but they've got rifles to lose. So let's going to try and stay alive here. Nico about survives, down to 3 HP. Around 17 full eco now for the game agents with that deagle. So Fleeve will be the only one that can really do much about this. You won't see much else purchased here. A PT-50 for Gabe. Flashbang for Alive. They won't be doing in a particular stack here. There are 3 players heading towards B side of the map. Towards middle. They won't do any damage just yet, just to push the CTs back of the arrow at the top, allow Guardian to make his way up. Doing some damage. Nico a little bit uncomfortable now. Just needs to stay alive. He doesn't have to win that frag.
Takes out Keller. That starts it off in favor again for FaZe. Alive's not up to the fight, not without his teammates who have wrapped around through Archie's about 2 steps behind, but no sooner to die. Down Kerrigan with all 3 kills, all on SMG. Fleeve's gonna back out. Deagle and armor. This will make it the 3-0 start for FaZe. Pistols go 1-1. The advantage from the pistol is very different.
Absolutely. He's now feeling a bit more confident. They always look better on the T sides. Against these sort of teams, they can be hunting in a group instead of being up against it on the CT side. Doing some good work with the UMP, nothing to write home about, but you know, farming some cash, 3 with the UMP, and we get into the first gun round of the second half here. Let's see, fully invested. Is there an all for the CD side? Indeed there is. Color will have that. No utility to speak of though. Kids, the entire squad. What's going on here?
Not sure. I think Olaf might have been either typing or dealing something. I'm not sure what he was doing. One of the op passed over though. That's why they were looking at him. It manages to happen. This could actually... I'm curious now what was going on because he got caught leaving T stairs late, so he actually wasn't in a good enough position. That actually wouldn't have been available to them had they left spawn in a regular fashion. Perhaps situational, I know, but 3 versus 3. Kerrigan getting the response all the way down from the bridge. The bottom side of alt middle as Fleeve will work back into position.
Really nice stuff from Kerrigan. Can't quite get the double. He's alive now, trying to do what he can. 2-on-2. Certainly favor FaZe. See, we split up 1 bomb side each. Middle, just to try and get an early call for his teammate if they do indeed come back, which they are. Face down middle, actually gets in the boiler room this time, looking towards second middle. So you missed both of them. They've already crossed paths. The timing, it's just horrific for him there. Come out on top here still. He peeks towards Arch right now. He's got a serious chance of finding both of them.
Oh, right now would be perfect, and he goes! Oh, what? But he doesn't hit either. That's a massive problem. As Gavison is now, that's arguably the round in itself, because they know that he's contained within the apartments. So Molotov down accordingly. He has worked out from Boiler. Olaf is ready for it. Finally, Gavison gets the kill back. Kerrigan gets the bomb down, chance to recover. Who would have thought the spray would have landed? Gavison has struggled to get kills consistently on the board, but nonetheless, he gets the assist. 1 in this round, and yes, okay, it was a little bit hairy, but he still made the right decision in rotating back off of it, and they'll find their 8th round.
This is really good for Kerrigan. Look at this second shot towards the window. That's the Orba. Completely wrecked. But yes, a sigh of relief there for the CTs. Be thankful that the 2-on-2 went in their favor, even after the big miss. Much worse than that in terms of having players at the backs turned to you. 14 kills for the Alive. This is the final map of this particular series. We have 1 more to come after this, another best of 2 for you. We're going to be going right into the early hours. as Color. Confidence looks towards middle. Doesn't commit fully towards those T-steps. Looking at the underpass. Second mid.
Ooh.
Boost coming in. You'll see Fallen do that a lot in SK Gaming. A lot of his kills on that side of the map from that particular boost.
It's a very tough shot to hit when they run so close to the wall, such as they did in that situation, so he only had about the top half of the hat to fire at. The terrorist model flashes out. Zero to back off. Fleeve finding three, though, dropping the bomb down as well. It's going to sit tight because now they're looking toward a 9th round, and this would certainly change the complexion of the game because money would be in tatters as well now for FaZe. Winner of this round essentially goes into an anti-eco situation, which would be lovely. Kill in return from the Alive.
Great stuff from Fleeve. That spray down was pretty epic. Not much of an execution there from FaZe. He's going for a contact play into a couple of flashbangs. You can see they weren't very effective. He gets 3. Bit of backup from his teammate there as well, 0. This HUD doesn't show the assist, so we'll just give him a little shout out as well. Fleeve does go down. Opportunity now for Guardian and NiKo here. Certainly capable of winning this round, but 30 seconds remaining. Bomb down. Color watching it like a hawk. Towards the apartment, he's trying to flash his teammate in. Hits Color actually, takes him down to 11 HP, and he'll go down in return.
Sen follows it on to NiKo, round done, another in the books. And FaZe are not at all having an easy time. Maybe I should have taken that pie bet, Henry. Don't tell me it's not too late, because I'm still not going to. I just want to sound like maybe I believe.
Well, it's time to get excited now. Splitting a series with FaZe would be absolutely fantastic for Game Agents. They've done it again, though. They've made it a very competitive game. Congratulations to them. It is an eco and a B rush from FaZe. They do manage to get at least 1 kill at the very start. Will they fully commit here? Oh my goodness, they might just do it. Color now hasn't really got the ideal weapon for the job. AWP on the site, contained by the oranges, and he'll have to hit everything here. He's not going to do it. He's going down. There is 0 to save the day. Maybe bail them out.
They did bail them out. Absolutely the right words for it. Keller hitting 1, but he was so limited with the AWP in that position, especially when you have pistols running at you. I know that sounds bizarre.
Yeah,
but unlike exactly that, and unlike a rifle, you don't necessarily have to come to a standstill to allow an AWP to lock onto you. You can just absolutely swarm. So bomb down. Kerrigan's going to try and work toward it. He's inched. Not being aggressive about this. There's no need to give up any isolated exchanges or favor Kerrigan whatsoever. 54 seconds. He's got tons and tons of time to work this, but even then, a tough task. Bomb plant needs to be an absolute because this would only give them a 3rd round bonus. Gabeson certainly gives up his position toward Ruins by firing through the glass, but that's allowing Zero to get a little bit closer on noise cues. Kerrigan's found that knows where Gabeson's going to be coming back out from, and it's suddenly an op versus op, 1 versus 1. And FaZe to potentially steal the round after 2 pistol kills in Banana. Kerrigan's lost track of where he's gone. This might always jump, though. He's jumped and Kerrigan heard it. If he stayed silent, he might have actually caught Kerrigan off, and Kerrigan knows that all he has to do is back out, stay alive, and he'll find the kill.
Really big round there from Kerrigan. 3 kills. It looked like Game Agents actually done enough there with a flank from Zero. Here it is on your screens once again. That seemed like that was the end of the round, but Kerrigan once again stepping up another great clutch here. 3 kills in total. Smart play. You can see Rain, although he's still confident they're going to win this game, that just takes the pressure off. He's going to force him onto an eco now, and that should be round number 13 guaranteed. So we're going to round number 22 here. CZs, P250s, only 1 piece of Kevlar there. It's on the body of Zero. Flashbang thrown in, Fleeve just the USP. Ambitious to try and find a kill at the top of the Banana there with that weapon, but it will fall back all the same after getting flashed.
Pistol only for Fleeve. Anything inside of the side as well. Bomb down at the bottom side of Banana. Guardian with an AWP takes quick care of Fleeve inside of the site, so the rest can sit comfortably. Go for the collective rotation because Guardian going so far inside of B has now confirmed that Orange 1, Orange 2, new box, Emo, all clear. He'll confirm Ruins now as well. NiKo's already pushing towards CT, so bomb play coming in any second. Fine from Zero, gives them a gun to carry over at least. AK as well.
That'll be beneficial on the CD side, absolutely. The HG to take it to the next round, and armor as well. So Zero makes a nice little bundle into the next round, but FaZe will find the win this time, ultimately. 13 rounds on the board now. Gabe looking to steal a weapon away, perhaps, as he waits patiently at the bottom of Banana. There's no reason to push past this position, though, where Olof is. Just hold by the logs. Into the lion's mouth here. Gabe, though, probably does challenge. Not much point taking a PT-50 the next round. Wants to see if he can get that AK. There he goes. He won't get anything done, understandably so. 13-9. Game Agents better get double digits again. If they can do that twice against FaZe, I'll be very happy with that. 9 kills, 14 for the Alive, 0 on 15. Sorry for color.
They're back onto the AWP. Can make do with it. Gibson looking aggressive toward the top of the middle. Surprisingly, against just the Moss, but he's going to smoke it off smartly and then fall back. Let's go. Bouncing his direction, but get clipped along the wall and therefore won't do any damage to him. Wave smoke down. Tagged to 29. Live and Gibson are actually going to play this together in tandem inside of the site, so that gives up some room. And Rain's finding that room toward the arch. Now the question is, does he, I assume, rotate back and clear library for his team as well?
They got to commit, so he's going to kill rotating players as his teammates get ready on A. That's his objective, so he's not really part of this particular approach. Carrying against the kill. Zero in the pit still, and Rain will have a chance to show us what he's made up here. Zero kills absolutely everyone on the A side. Rain is waiting in spawn, but he had to fall back and help out his team. As he goes towards the library here, gets one, could find the second as well, as he's there. Still within a shout of winning this round, but Zero is playing out of his mind at this particular moment. He's to hit this, and now he has really got a chance. Good smoke deployment against Flav. They're both similar HP. He's bringing the edge here as well. They go for the plant. That baits him out. Flav probably comes through the smoke at this point. Certainly does. 1 versus 1. Rain spots him. Can he find the shot? One bullet will do it from that AK-47. Drops a couple of flashes here just to make things a little bit more uncomfortable for the CT. Not clear who's going to come out on top just yet. M4 can't find him. And it does in the end, and it looks like it will be Game Agents to win the round. Rain tried every trick in the book. The flashbang, the distraction, the jumping off the box, and Flav will indeed find double digits for Game Agents.
Almost too many tricks for Rain. Caught himself out maybe because round indeed. You're right, he went towards CT to try and hold those rotations, but the problem in doing so is that he never cleared up library, and therefore that meant they never actually ascertained the information that there was a 3-man crossfire set up toward the quad side, and that's exactly what they walked into. Zero getting the most of the kills, but Game Agents getting the round. That's all that matters. 13-10, 3 rounds between them in FaZe. They'll buy this round, but they're going to be on tender hooks for money in the next, and Zero's already started off to get Kerrigan down.
How aggressive is this guy? And he's actually doing it very well. Every single time he goes for that push, it works out for him. 5 on 4. Zero take 3 damage, but still, he's absolutely fine with that. Managed to remove Kerrigan, the in-game leader. They'll be slightly disjointed now. Trying to work out what the next play will be. Still talking, he's dead, of course. It's difficult to be really on top of things. Moved so early on. So go towards B. Looks like an execution is planned. 2 players waiting on the other side. Flav and the Alive will be in the B site in terms of their utility. Nothing for Flav, and Alive with no flashbangs as well. It's still a very difficult buy. Whoever loses this round is going to be on the eco. This is huge. Game Agents can do this. They might even have a shot of winning this particular map.
Absolutely. No, I'm not ruling them out at all at this point in time. Still not accepting your pie bet. I'm not ruling them out. Molotov didn't land. That's supposed to be the one that goes toward Orange's 2. So Orange's 1 is covered. 2 is not. Nubox is in front side of Emo. They've at least got it figured out.
Do you know what? I think you might be wrong there.
Did you think it spilled over?
I think it goes on both of the boost boxes there, which is the most deadly position really on the map if you think about it.
I thought that might have been the second one, so maybe it did land. Okay.
It did hit both of those boost positions. What you think about it is quite cool, because then you don't have to check them on entry. You don't have to change your aim heights.
The fact that we saw it from the banana position led me to believe it didn't actually go that far, but you're right. When you think about the fact that both those boxes were lit, I don't think there was another Molotov. That is pretty smart.
Yeah, if that is intentional, which I think it is, that's cool, because that's a really difficult position to recover from. Say there's a player boosted up, you have to kill him, then someone peeks from like Emo, for example, you've got to flick your aim down and then across. So that's kind of cool, just to kind of eradicate risks as you go in. Like first oranges are quite easy to contain, really. If you player in there, he's not going to get more than one frag if you're playing it correctly.
Well, bomb detonates and FaZe recover, as you said. It had to be a save because the winner of that would put the other team onto an eco. So 3 guns saved over. They can at least force out. Zero's got more than enough money to help in doing so. 14-10 if FaZe win this one, then we're looking at the end of it.
Here we go then. FaZe in touching distance of closing this one out. Although the AWP has been great with that weapon so far, but the smoke will block his vision. 3 players on this side of the map, but he might just fall back towards A now, considering he knows he's going to be pretty redundant for the next 20 seconds or so. Ian, middle. Look at that first pick. Very defensive foul from the CT. You see them both on the bomb site. Cleve and Gabe will be there, cross-firing, one looking towards the Arch side, but remember, the Arch is completely open. FaZe to go for one of those banana splits here. Karrigan through CT spawn with Guardian. NiKo's already established that banana. That could be the call here. Now CTs will have no idea. Good news is they have 3 players at B. If that comes in, at least they'll have numbers on their side, but that play will come in either way. It will be an A-side approach. Smokes in towards the bomb site and the library. Looking very uncomfortable now for the game agents. And with 2 players here, 3 are B. And FaZe are all in. We'll see whether they can find the first kill. It'll be Gabe to give them a slight advantage here.
Once the pit is cleared, though, they're going to know exactly that that corner is where he resides. The bigger problem is how do they... okay, well, that's how. I was going to say, how do they find Fleeve? Olaf has the angle from above. Guardian now just has to hold the rotation. And a 4 versus 3 bomb planted for FaZe, and they may have to call it, and they are, to save again, because... previously mentioned, if they lose this, they're also onto an eco, so it's about playing the long game and giving themselves a realistic shot. Yes, it's a 4 versus 3, it's only a 1-man deficit. It's a long rotation from the B side of the map. Bomb's been planted for a while, and they would have had the post plant firmly established. So they'll carry over what they can. This will be a 2nd round bonus. Keller will have enough to help force this time, whereas Zero bought pretty much all in on the last round. He's got $800 residual.
Save those weapons, absolutely. 15-10 though. This is the 2nd map of this series. The first one was great, Cash. Very similar scoreline. 16-10, I believe, maybe even 11. But Game Agents have found double digits again. We said if they can do that twice, that'll be very encouraging for them as this squad shows themselves to be a bit of a dark horse here at this tournament. They won't make it out of the groups considering the competition here, but still good showing and a team that doesn't have much LAN experience. It's nice to see them actually apply some pressure to FaZe here. Still not out of it just yet. It's never over until it reads 16 at the top, or 15-15 in this case. There's no overtime.
That is true. There is no overtime. You split the series on a draw, and it goes into a point system based on the round robin. It's a smart way to condense the schedule, given that it's...
yeah, it removes any overtimes and extra
which we would have had on one occasion today. Seems like that's more common. I remember when overtime was a rarity in Counter-Strike. It's all
like
the time
every day now.
Yeah, absolutely. Fleeve taking down Karrigan. Gibson's inside of the site and is the last line of defense in the site because the rest are on rotation, meaning that it's going to be a rotate and retake for the end of the game. NiKo's going to go as safe as he dare for the plant. Olaf will still have some vision of that bomb from within the pit, so Guardian's going to join him in a similar position, a like-minded AWP. On ticks, they have to go soon. Flash that's not exactly masking anything, but it does catch out anyone directly inside of the site. Guardian and NiKo for the crossfire. Zero with 1, but gets shut down immediately after. And FaZe take this 2-0. as expected, but not quite the fashion you might have expected. Game Agents put up some numbers.
Yeah, they can hold their heads high here. Great performance from them. Shout out to Color, especially. Zero had some fantastic moments as well. They certainly made FaZe feel uncomfortable with it. That was not a clean victory, and I think that's been one of the best games or the best series of the day. That's been really fun to watch. But it will be FaZe. That's definitely them topping the group at this point, and they'll be making it to the playoffs, and it'll be up to the last game of the day to decide the fate of the rest of the group here.
Absolutely, and there is some interesting aspects of that group, obviously, with Virtus Pro having beaten Mousesports, gone 1-1, but also dropped a game earlier on. Game Agents certainly have put up numbers, and respectably so, but FaZe remain unbeaten at the top of the group, and I don't know how you walk away from this game. They certainly showed some issues of what we might have used to be seeing from them. Duels weren't going their ways, a few missed shots. I think the timings were off a few times. I mean, basically what I'm saying is, was that a tier 1 performance from FaZe?
The thing is as well, like, they would have been playing slightly differently. When you go up against opposition like that, you're not going to be playing like your
you also don't
there.
know what to expect.
You probably haven't put that much information to their demos and stuff like that. You're just kind of like a very loose style. It's not the same sort of preparation or mental state you go into against a proper team. But
well, with that said, yes, Henry.
You take it away.
Well, all right. You know what? I'm going to not take it away. I'm going to give it to Paul to take away.
All right, thanks very much. I've got Collar here on the stage. Not the circumstances that I know that you would want to be here because you would like to have won that game, but you guys played really well. What do you take away from playing a team as great as FaZe?
I really enjoy playing against them. It was as hard as expected. They are one of the best teams in the world. We're trying to